Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the match between Barcelona and Juventus. And in this match, Barcelona has lost 3-0 at the Camp Nou. So here is what we are going to do in today's video. We are going to have the original type of video where we are going to be talking about the first half, the second half, and then my overall review of this game. If you guys are new here, if you guys are watching me for the first time, this is what we basically do. We like to organize it in this way, and then we are going to have a discussion on the comments down below. So yes, Barcelona has lost 3-0 and have lost for a second time in a row within 6 days. And let me tell you, we are in a very alarming state, especially for Barcelona. Because here's the thing, what I explained in my previous video, I did say that this is a game where Barcelona doesn't necessarily have to win because we were going to progress either way. We already qualified for the next round. And I did say that the only way we could see the worst case scenario with Barcelona is if Juventus completely dismantle FC Barcelona, which is going to be 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. And the fact that today we saw Barcelona lose 3-0 and they could not defend the one thing that should have never happened in the first place is completely frustrating and disrespectful. Like, if there was one team that can bottle a game and get the worst case scenario from 90 minutes of a match, that would be FC Barcelona. Because what we saw here was something that was not okay. We were expecting a better performance from Barcelona. So starting with the lineup, I'm going to be very honest, it was a very bold lineup, but then again, we do have to remember that this was our only choices within the squad list. We cannot pick no Ansu Fati, no Dembele because they were out injured. So we did have Trincao and Pedri and Araujo start in this match. And especially knowing that Juventus were going to come in here, knowing that they want to come out with a win, Trincao and Pedri were the right players to use to get the maximum defensive output from Barcelona. Now going into the first half, and I'm going to be completely honest, Barcelona did not have their normal start like they have had in the past 6 to 10 games. We did expect Barcelona to be very dominant within those first 10 to 15 minutes, but that wasn't the case against Juventus at the Camp Nou. Juventus took the game to us as expected. I did say this in my previous video that Juventus were going to come in here believing that they can get the maximum, most best result at the Camp Nou, regardless if they knew that they were going to advance. And so not only did Juventus took the game to us, but they closed down extremely well. And Juventus were completely dominant within the midfield. And if we look at the average position and look at the difference between Barcelona and Juventus, you can see that Juventus are much more compact. They are much more narrow. And I think that because of this, it completely suffocated Barcelona in the middle of the pitch, which is why I said that Barcelona were being dominated in the midfield. And Barcelona could not cope with the high intensity and pressure coming from Pirlo's men. And so seeing how Barcelona were getting dominated, all of this was getting led towards one moment, and that is that Ronaldo did receive a penalty. And this was a penalty that was never supposed to happen, but because Juventus were pressuring so well and they were creating and bringing the ball to our box, in result, we did see Ronaldo receive a penalty. Then about 7 minutes later, on the 20th minute, we did have Mckennie score a beautiful goal inside the box. And look, I'm going to step back for a second and not act like a Barcelona fan. I'm going to act like a United States fan. I am so happy to see Mckennie score this goal, because to see an American player score against Barcelona at the Camp Nou, it was a beautiful sight to see, because I love to see our American players get into the spotlight on a Champions League night. And Mckennie did that on the field today. What a goal from Mckennie. I think that he did position himself very well and found that open space immediately in order to score that goal. That has to come from Ronaldo's teachings, because Ronaldo is a player that knows exactly what spaces to attack. And again, Mckennie did show that on the field. I applaud Mckennie. I do congratulate him, and I am so proud as a United States fan to see him score in this match today. But now going back as a Barcelona fan, I think that what Barcelona did on the field was horrendous. It was a complete disaster coming from Barcelona, because if we look at these frames here, look at these Barcelona players, look at how Mckennie sees so much open space to the point where it doesn't even look like Barcelona were even paying attention on where the players were at. And I do believe that this has something to do with Araujo and Pjanic. Pjanic and Araujo did not communicate good enough in order to know who was going to mark Mckennie inside that box. And that is why Mckennie scored that goal and Juventus were up 2-0. And because Juventus scored 2 goals within 20 minutes at the Camp Nou, according to Opta, it says here that Barcelona have conceded 2 goals in the first 20 minutes of a Champions League home game for the first time ever. And so I'm like, okay, fine. If Barcelona were going to be losing 2-0 within 20 minutes, Barcelona has to respond. But just like in the match against Cadiz, Barcelona did not respond. Barcelona had no response at all. I do believe that this was a Barcelona team that lacked intensity. They lacked the ability to wanting to score, and they also lacked solutions in the final third area. And Juventus knew every idea Barcelona were going to go for, which is why Juventus were completely locking down Barcelona in that final third area. And it did lead up to Barcelona only attacking to the right side because Pedri on the other side had massive duties defending, which meant that our only weapons was Trincao and Dest. And to be very honest, speaking about Trincao, he had no impact in that final third area. I don't know what's going on with Trincao, but he does need to step it up, because the fact that we had to count on one player, which was Trincao, I do believe that Trincao had to do better than that. And so going forward about this first half, I do want to talk about two players, and that is Lenglet and Pjanic. Starting with Lenglet, here's the thing about this defender. Lenglet is a great defender, and I know that you and me can agree. Lenglet is a great world-class defender, but he's having one hell of a season in this season, and for the wrong reasons, because the fact that we are seeing Lenglet commit so many mistakes in his own area, and the fact that we are seeing Lenglet get a yellow card every other match, there has to be more discipline in his game, because you are playing a Champions League match where you do need to act as a professional footballer. And right now, Lenglet is not acting like a professional footballer. You need to have that discipline, because you know that we are going to be going into the next round and potentially playing a very complex team, and we are going to need you. So I do demand more disciplined defending coming from Lenglet. As for Pjanic, I do believe that Pjanic was doing very well when trying to connect with Messi, Pedri, Trincao. He was also trying to shoot when nobody else wasn't. I do give him props for that, but I think that the one thing that I do have to call out about Pjanic is that he does commit a lot of defensive mistakes in our own side, and he does tend to give the ball away very easy when he is being pressured. And I think that his actions do have to match his words, because this is also the exact same player that did have an interview where he did say that I can't believe that Koeman is not placing me in the starting 11 and that I'm not getting enough minutes. I do deserve more minutes. I want to be playing. Pjanic did say this about 2 days ago, and the fact that we are seeing that Pjanic cannot put the money where his mouth is, there needs to be better results coming from Pjanic. Now going into the second half, we saw no changes, even though we knew that this was a Barcelona team that needed changes. And I did say this on my Twitter account, and I said this: in a game like this, when the players don't bother shooting, when that is our only real solution to score, when we are 2-0 down, Coutinho had to come in. And I still believe that. I think that Coutinho could have changed the game against Juventus, because we needed a player that was very clinical outside the box, and Coutinho was that player to do exactly that. But later on in the match, we did see Lenglet commit a handball inside the box, and then about a minute later, Ronaldo scored his second goal of the match on the 52nd minute. And let me tell you, about 5 to 8 minutes later, Ronald Koeman did take out Lenglet, and it wasn't because Lenglet was playing bad. Lenglet was not playing bad. The only reason why Koeman took out Lenglet in that match was because he knew that he had to save Lenglet for the next round, because who knows who we are going to be playing in the next round, which is going to be the round of 16. And by that time, Barcelona were losing 3-0. And to be very honest with you guys, in those last 25 minutes, we continued to see the exact same Barcelona, a Barcelona that does lack solutions. This is a Barcelona that's not dynamic, and it did lead up to a point where in those last 20 minutes, Messi was completely playing his own game. He was the only player really taking those shots and testing Buffon. Unfortunately, none of those shots went in, but the reason why Messi was taking the ball by himself, it is because of frustration. Lionel Messi was mad, because keep in mind, Messi is a team player. Messi wants to win with his Barcelona players, but the fact that we saw Messi on that field try to take everything on his own, it was super unacceptable. This is the reason why we did see in the summer that Messi wanted to leave, because no one backs up Lionel Messi in those toughest moments. And looking at these stats here, Barcelona in this game took a total of 20 shots, and Lionel Messi alone took a total of 11 shots. That is more than half of what Barcelona as a collective took in terms of shots in this game. But that is it. Barcelona have lost 3-0 in this game, and because of this loss, Barcelona's 38-game unbeaten streak at home in the Champions League has ended, and they have finished second in the group. And so look, this is a Barcelona team that's in crisis, because the fact that we are witnessing a Barcelona team that cannot defend La Liga nor defend their first place within the group of the Champions League, it is extremely alarming. And I hate to say that we could not even ask Barcelona to do the one thing that they needed to do tonight, and that was to maintain the first place spot, but they couldn't even do that, and they completely bottled it and let Juventus score 3 goals within 90 minutes. And so here is going to be the possible opponents Barcelona could be facing in the round of 16. That is going to be Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Borussia Dortmund. And the Champions League draw is expected to be held on December 14th, 2020. Who knows how Barcelona is going to be going into the round of 16? But one thing is for sure, Barcelona do need to pick it up, because if they don't, we could be seeing an early exit in this Champions League tournament. So that'll be it for today's Barcelona post-match review. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Welcome to this family that we do have. If you guys do want to message me or talk to me about football on social media, you guys can do that on Instagram or Twitter. I'll message you guys from there. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.